Hello, my name is Andrew Mercer, and in this series I'm reading some of the articles that may be of interest to some musicians and music teachers. Today, this episode I'm reading an article that I wrote for the Canadian Music Educator, the Canadian Music Educator Journal, in fall. The issue is fall 2008, and it's volume 5, number 1. And this is an article that I wrote, and it's on the ISME conference in 2008. So let's give it a go. If you have any questions, by the way, feel free to put them in the discussion section down here at the bottom. And as you're listening to this, and we're open to hot debate, give us a thumbs up if you like what you're hearing, and make sure you subscribe for upcoming episodes. Okay, here we go. This is it. So it's ITC in Music Education, 2008 ISME conference, and ISME is the International Society of Music Education, Music Educators. Okay. So, here we go. During the summer of 2008, Bologna, Italy hosted the 28th Conference for International Society of Music Education, ISME. I had the privilege of attending this conference, and in this article I am reporting on some of the exciting presentations and discussions related to integration of information and communication technology, ITC, in music education that took place during the conference. As part of the symposium session, Samuel Leong from Hong Kong presented strategies for enabling curriculum reform, lessons from Australia, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Using these countries as examples, Leong presented strategies for implementing change to policies related to ITC literacy to ensure students acquire an adequate level of ITC literacy during their school years. This was a practical and informative presentation from a person who has been at the center of wide-scale education reform for many years. Leong discussed his top-down approach to educational change and his views on how policymakers can be moved to see and support issues that are truly important in education. The establishment of ITC literacy standards was echoed in several sessions, such as an inspirational plenary session on the Music Manifesto by Mark Jeffrey from the UK, as well as a presentation by Marina Gall from the UK entitled Teacher Training and Technology. Gall's work investigates ITC competency levels in music education as it relates to music teacher training in the UK. Establishing ITC literacy standards for music teachers and students was viewed by many conference participants as a critical first step in the effective integration of ITC in our music programs. A great deal of synergy amongst international European researchers was evident at the ISME conference. As part of the symposium entitled Developing Reflective Learning in a Virtual World, researchers from the UK, Sweden, and Greece presented the Prelude project. With music teacher training as a focus, the researchers have created resources to raise teacher ICT literacy levels in participating countries. Issues related to online specific curriculum and content development was presented by Jennifer Nakashima from Canada. She presented her paper entitled Issues and Challenges in Developing Experiencing Music 2200 for Web-Based Delivery, a Critical Case Study. I had the honor of presenting a paper entitled Web-Based Music Education, an exploration of learning objects as examined through the lens of the American Psychological Association's Learner-Centered Psychological Principles. Much discussion and follow-up has taken place since the presentation as educators consider how online tools and strategies can be used to address the needs of all learners. Learning Irish traditional music on the tin whistle via the internet was the focus of a presentation given by Janice Waldron from Canada and Carrie Velbin from Canada, entitled The Medium is the Message, Cyberspace, Community, and Music Learning. The researchers have taken inventory of numerous internet-based opportunities for learning to play the tin whistle. These were examined and assigned a degree of cool to hot based on their level of interactivity. Online resources such as static web pages were deemed cool, while highly interactive communities of practice were given the label of hot. This is a very exciting study, for it will help educators understand the numerous varying opportunities for learning music via the internet and how these learning opportunities can accommodate various learning preferences. Waldron and Velbin were also focused on the effective pedagogical practice as well as social dynamics inherent in these online communities of practice. The work being done by Waldron and Velden help us to illustrate the vastness of online educational content, but also reveals the barrier of language in this context. Non-English speaking participants were quick to point out that although there is a wealth of computer-based music education content available, not all languages are represented equally. Good point. Alex Ruthman from the US presented his work on the use of online social networking tools in the teaching and learning of music. His presentation was entitled Strategies for Supporting Music Learning Through Online Collaborative Technologies. Ruthman gave compelling insight into how he uses online tools such as wikis, blogs, and Ning to enhance his conventional music teaching. His talk was rooted in the idea that these tools should be used to empower the students to achieve the curriculum outcomes and enhance the learning process, rather than just used for the sake of using a new piece of technology. ITC and music education was well represented at the 2008 ISME conference, with far too many compelling discussions and presentations to include in this article. The creativity and innovation taking place in this field of education is inspiring. As ITC tools and strategies become more accessible, we are presented with exciting opportunities to provide our students with exciting and relevant opportunities for growth and collaboration. There you go. So once again, this is an article that I wrote for the Canadian Music Educator. And if you need to reference it, it is from fall 2008, and it's volume 50, number 1. So feel free now to comment down in the comment section. Give some ideas, some thoughts, some discussion, and maybe some of the presenters that actually I spoke about at the conference can give us some insight into some of their work. So thank you very much for watching, and be sure to subscribe to keep track of this series and other series on education, technology, music, all kinds of things like that. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.